Hey guys, this is Sean from Shootie School. Today we're sitting with Aaron from Gemini Syndrome. This is a small excerpt from a longer video interview about Sorry Not Sorry, the new music video.
Sure.
There's a certain amount of pressure when you sign a record deal and you have a management company and you have a legal team behind you and you're paying these people and you want to be able, everybody wants to get paid, everybody wants to make a living. I know somebody had made a comment on the Sorry Not Sorry video about how ironic that this band writes a song about altruism and yet they're trying to make music to make money. And it's like, well, that's kind of not really the point at all. The point of that song was to say, like, don't get distracted by the money and possessions and the power and the wealth and that kind of shit. Like, don't lose sight of the really important things in life, like your true relationships and your integrity as a human being and your compassion for other people and just the ability to be a living, conscious thing and not be an asshole all the time and just, that was the point of the song.
Sure.
And yeah, I absolutely want to make some dough. I want to be able to pay my rent. I want to not eat ramen every day. I think people have this aesthetic idea in their head of what anybody in a band is, that they're living in a house in the hills and they're, driving Maseratis and they're eating steak and lobster every night. And that's just simply not the case, man.
Sure.
There are certainly people out there that have made it to that point, that are living that decadent lifestyle, and God bless them for it, because they put in that work to get there. And all the people that I personally know who are at that level were also at the level of eating ramen, sleeping on the floor, crashing on their buddy's couch for years at a time, man. And I think that's what the outside culture, who's not musicians, who are the listeners, don't see.
The new video, Sorry I'm Not Sorry.
Sorry Not Sorry.
It's for my taste, the music was always a little too poppy, but hearing the lyrics kind of kept me listening to it.
Yeah.
Whoever produced or
`𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏
did the storyboard for the music video, it definitely drives the message home even better, man. He had a good vision on it, so I thought it was excellent.
Thank you. We worked with Brian on the last two videos on Remember We Die and the 360 video for Anonymous too. Quick plug, Flare Light Films, Brian Cox. We were sitting down talking about the storyline for it, and it just seemed in concept so ridiculous, like what was gonna happen. Like this dude's chopping up hundos and blowing lines of money, and he pukes up gold coins while his trophy wife is injecting her face and everything with Botox or whatever it is, and then her face literally falls apart and her fucking ass cheek falls out of her dress. And I was just like, this is insane. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And we did it, and it came out, and I was like cringing and laughing at the same time. Like, I couldn't believe we went there. It was driven to be a radio song, you know what I mean? That was part of the intention. We wanted it to be accessible.
Definitely.
But I definitely wanted the message in the song to be a little more abrasive and a little more like that, you know what I mean? I wanted people to be kind of shocked by it. And the video accompanied that in a way that worked out perfectly, so.
The gold puking and then his wife's betrayal for the gold puke. I mean,
yeah, as he's handing,
it was excellent.
And one of the things that I was really adamant about is I didn't want it to be just totally dark and gross or whatever. That's why I wanted the kids involved. But I wanted that one scene where as he's handing her the last gold coin, as he's dying, to flash back to them as kids, and he's giving her a flower. And that to me, that was like bringing it full circle to remind you that that's what it once was. Once upon a time, you were playing in the park, and you were having fun with people, and you didn't give a shit about any of their status in life, their bank account, what car they drove, their clothes. None of it mattered, man. We just played as kids.
Haven't been indoctrinated just
into the machine, right?
Yeah.
And to remind people that it's still about that flower, man. It's still about batting the eyes, and having that kind of friendship, that's the most important part. I still believe that, and I hope that I always do. Even if I do make $1 gazillion, which, who knows, maybe someday. But I still think that core integrity of character and compassion, I keep using those are the words I use in the song too, but I think those are so important to grow as a being and to live like a meaningful life.
I never wanted